Welcome back, everyone. Michael here with Offshore Citizen. Today I'm going to discuss another of the new, although by new we mean, in the last few months, digital nomad visas. So for those of you who aren't familiar, starting in 2020, there was Estonia. We've done a video on their digital nomad visa, and then a bunch of other countries started to introduce these digital nomad visas. These are basically like short-term residency permits that make it easy for people who are location independent to go and live there and work from there. And in some cases, there's tax benefits. So as we're getting further into the cold season in the Northern Hemisphere, I figured I would talk about one of these, which is really attractive and actually is a place that I lived for 3 winters. So we're going to dive into that in just a moment. Before we do, if you haven't already, please smash the subscribe button, nail the notification bell, hit the all notifications, make sure you don't miss out on any of our future videos. We got lots of great content for you. And if you'd like help with relocating abroad, where to relocate, getting a residency permit, getting a citizenship, either an official citizenship by investment program or an unofficial citizenship by investment program, forming companies, opening bank accounts, doing tax planning, asset protection, all that stuff, please reach out to me. You can book a call, calendly.com/Michael-Rosmer. There's a link in the description below, or send a message to our websites, offshorecitizen.net and offshorecapitalist.com. So early on, when I first got into the business of international structuring years and years ago, I spent 3 winters living in Costa Rica. And Costa Rica is got, I would say, except for the rainy season, some of the best weather in the world. It's one of those places that isn't too exceptionally hot, it's not too cold, especially depending on where you are. You can kind of pick and choose, and that's really fantastic. So for people who want to go and enjoy a very nice climate in the winter, it's great. It's really, really excellent in that regard. It, on the other hand, is quite slow to get normal residency. It normally takes, often people take like 2 years to get residency there. So kind of a pain in that regard, but fairly lenient. Some people think of it as really tax favorable. In actual fact, the tax department there is kind of whack. But it turns out that they introduced a digital nomad visa, and that visa is potentially pretty great. So let's go over what it is. So first of all, for people who can prove that they are earning over the last 12 months $3,000 per month or more, or for a family, there's some added thing, but it works out lower per person. For example, a couple can get $5,000 per year, or per month, sorry. So a little bit less than $3,000 a month each. You can go and live there. And if you stay there for at least 180 days in the year, it's extendable for an additional year. So effectively, you can go and live in Costa Rica for 2 years under this visa, which is quite easy to obtain on a relative basis. Additionally, they have a provision where you're exempt from local tax. So that's pretty cool. A lot of these don't necessarily have exemptions. This one specifically does. In addition to that, you get to bring various things in without imports. For example, personal computer. Costa Rica is pretty famous for having some really high import duties, so that's good. You can drive on your local driver's license, that's also good. And you can open a local savings account, which normally as a foreigner, it's tough to open a bank account in Costa Rica. So again, another good thing. So yeah, this is for people who are interested in going and having, a little over a half a year per year place for maybe a couple of years, maybe getting to experience a little bit of the tropical vibe. There's really great ecotourism in Costa Rica. They have some of the most wildlife. It's not amazing infrastructure, I find, although that's improving. And it's not actually very cheap. It's kind of, I would always say, a third world country with first world prices. So in that sense, maybe not so great, but great beaches. Like I said, great weather, lots to see in terms of the jungle and animals, etc. So you can go and check that out, spend your time living in what many people would call paradise, and pay no taxes in the process. So pretty fantastic. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions about it, again, put them in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter @Michael-Rosmer. Check out some of our other videos. Give this one a thumbs up if you like it. Reach out to us if you have further questions, if you'd like help, and I'm going to look forward to seeing you on the next video.